we are going to really honor some scientist entrepreneurs. Before we honor them, I want to bring up Dr. Pam Garzone, Dr. Dimitra Georganopoulou, and Dr. Beverly Liu. I probably really butchered Dimitra's last name. If I can bring those three ladies up. So while they're making their way here, these three are women scientists, entrepreneurs themselves. I want to just do a quick introduction and turn it over to Pam for this next section of the program. So Dr. Pam Garzone is the Chief Development Officer of Anixa Biosciences. She has many, many years of experience developing drugs, and now she's an entrepreneur as well. And Dr. Dimitra Georganopoulou, I call her Dimitra, is also a scientist. She is now the general partner at Qral Ventures. She's at the intersection of science and investment. And last but not the least, Dr. Beverly Liu is a trained biologist, and she is a portfolio manager at Emerson Collective. So please welcome them, and I'll turn over to Pam.
Thank you, Rose. There's not too many manys in your statement. I have some years of drug development experience, but I wouldn't go many. Okay. As you know, Aim High, it's the first of its kind accelerator. It had its inaugural competition in 2020, of which I was a part of, and actually worked very closely with Rose and Sujan in developing that competition. It provides funding, coaching, mentoring, and network opportunities for women entrepreneurs. And as we know, or you should know, that funding women entrepreneurs empowers growth. And I say that because a 2018 study by Boston Consulting Group showed that women entrepreneurs generate more revenue than their male counterparts with less financial backing. So take that to heart. So that's a very important piece. Unfortunately, and despite this information, as Rose mentioned earlier, women entrepreneurs only got actually 2.3% of the VC funding in 2020, which was down from the paltry 2.8% in 2019. So we still have a lot of work to do to raise that percentage to meet the equity. This lack of gender equality has many consequences. For example, it affects the overall job picture for women in particular. So there's a lot that we need to do to make everything equal for both. But it is my pleasure and honor, and I am so deeply humbled. I don't know how I've got to be among this esteemed group of experts, from the board members of NFCR and AFCR to the founding partners of those groups, and to the wonderful scientists, advisors, and everybody associated with that, particularly with these two competitions. Our process for selection of the awardees is very simple. For Aim High, we have a judging and selection committee, and I chaired the Aim High Venture competition with Raju Kuchalapati, who is very much an inspiration to all. Many of you know him. But the committee has some esteemed members, Jennifer and Webb and Brian Leland Jones, Scott Littman of UCSD, Fei Chen of Bayer Ventures, Dimitra, a lot of really astounding scientists and drug developers and investors and business and people with business acumen. We solicit participants. We whittle down. We look at everybody and their company and their slide presentations. We select from that large group on a handful or so of the companies, and the judging committee participates in seeing the CEO present, talk about their company, and we all get together and collaborate afterwards to select the winners. So it's a very interesting process, and what is really very, I think, important is just to see the diversity of ideas and thoughts, the intelligence and the collaborative nature of all these women-led companies. And many of them also hire and have in their C-suite or part of their founding group women. We're also going to present the BRACE Award, and BRACE is the Bridging the Research of Academic to Cancer Entrepreneurs. Again, all of this founded by Sujan and the NFCR and ACFR. Again, the process is very similar to the AIM High. This time, we are not selective in gender. This goes across all of the, allows everybody to submit an application and participate. What is special about the BRACE Award is that we focus on the research and development of potential therapeutics for cancers that are prevalent in Asia. And so we don't want to miss a very important population and really focus on some of those cancers. Again, we have a selection committee. Some of the same members of the AIM High are a part of the BRACE Award selection committee, and we follow the same process. So it is my pleasure to have Dimitra and have Beverly introduce the awardees of the 2022 AIM High Venture Competition and the BRACE Award.
Thank you so much, Pamela. She's amazing, and I've known her for over a decade. We've worked together with women in bio issues for the last, I don't know how many years. Thanks again to Sujan and Rose for inviting us here. It's a great pleasure to actually present you the finalists for the 2022 Women's Venture Competition. We had amazing applications. It was really hard to even get this top 3 and even rank them in this way, but we have to do something, and the committee came together, and we actually have our finalists. So the first one I would like to invite on stage is RiverWalk Therapeutics. We have CEO Johanna Webb and the scientific founder, Professor Jin Jiang from the UT San Antonio. RiverWalk Therapeutics is developing novel small molecule drugs against adenosine receptors to tackle cancer mutations. Next, I'd like to invite Nanocarry Therapeutics. We have the CEO, Revital Mandil-Levin, and she, together with Professor Ozra Better and Professor Raquela Popovcher, has Nanocarry Therapeutics. Nanocarry Therapeutics is developing bioengineered nanoparticles for delivery of many optimal modalities to extend the reach of biological therapeutics in the brain. And last but not least, I would like to invite Stellanova Therapeutics and Professor Rosa Hwang. She's out of MD Anderson, and they're developing therapies targeting cancer cancer-associated fibroblasts, CAFs, and the symbiotic interactions within the tumor microenvironment. So, Rosa? Pass it off to Beverly. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, minor correction first, just in case my PhD advisor happens to stream. I got my PhD in chemistry. Sorry for the biologists in the class, in the room. It is really such a privilege for me and honor to serve as a co-chair on BRACE Award committee this year. Thank you, Sujuan, NFCR, AFCR, and Aim High for the opportunity. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the second place winner. That is the Propel Therapeutics. And please join me in welcoming CEO Dr. Rajiv Datar. Propel Therapeutics has identified a pipeline of multifunctional drug candidates, including both messenger RNA and proteins, for swift and sustained solid tumor uptake to destroy tumor. Congratulations. Next, let me reveal the first place winner for this year's BRACE Award. That is Believer INC, and let's welcome Dr. Chai Li. Dr. Chai Li is the world leader in cell-4 biology, and Believer has identified a degrader targets cell-4, an oncofetal protein, for combating cancers like liver and beyond. I will pass it back to Rose.
Thank you so much. Let's give all the finalists a great round of applause.